Yeah. There you go. So interesting, this stuff. You gotta love NLP. You gotta love it. I'll do a bit of an introduction. That might be might be good. I'm here with Ramona Meyer. Hello. Ramona is one of the people that I met during one of the courses. We met at Richard Bandler's course. And I've told you thousands of times, but you are the person that I know that did most courses of anyone that I know. And I know quite a few people that did courses, but you've been to Tony. How many times you've been to Tony?
Well, I did 6 times, I think.
6 times?
Yeah.
6 times?
Well, 6 times, but different courses.
Yeah.
So I did
so
almost...
did UPW?
I did
UPW
2 times, yeah. And I did Life and Wealth Mastery. I did the Master University, and I did the Date with Destiny and Business Mastery.
And the Date with Destiny, this is interesting to know, is the seminar that is on Netflix now with the I'm Not Your Guru documentary, and it was that Date with Destiny that you were.
Yes, that was 2014 Date with Destiny, and I was there.
Yeah. That's a good thing to say. And I was there.
Yes, I was there.
I have been looking for you in the audience.
Me too, but I didn't see myself there. But it's okay.
I did see a few other people that also were there at UPW.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
well, it was a beautiful surprise to know that they did a movie during that year, because I could recognize the intervention that Tony did to the people.
And you could see them again.
The week. Cool. So Date with Destiny, it's a 6 days, 6-day seminar, but it's much more than a seminar. It's really a personal journey, I would say. Who we are.
What is the difference there? Because you say it's not so much a seminar. How come?
Well, UPW, it's about making changes and everything. But Date with Destiny, it's about our inner self, connecting with who we are. And identifying really what we want, and making in these 6 days exactly what we really want in our personal life, in relationships, in work, and all this. It comes also with really personal, our personal needs. So during these 6 days, we experienced that, and we watched Tony working with several people and intervene.
He does the interventions there, right?
Yeah, he does strategical interventions with people who had really big troubles in their life, and who had
there's a lot of this stuff on YouTube. So if you look at Tony Robbins on YouTube, you see a lot of these interventions.
Yes. And some of them we don't even believe that they're so difficult, and it's just amazing, because we realize that our own problems, they're not as big as we think they are.
Like if you see someone, like in the I'm Not Your Guru documentary, you see someone who had a really horrible childhood with rape and everything, and then when someone...
I was there.
You were there.
And the whole room were like, wow, that's not possible. But beautiful intervention from Tony. And I remember very well, he chose 3 men to actually be her dad, her uncle, at all level, to support her and to check on her and to make sure that she's doing well over the next 6 months. Yeah, it was really amazing.
Cool. What did that do
But
for
what
you?
I wanted to say, for me was this experience, because we are doing a lot of exercises during the 6 days, and during these exercises we're like immersing ourselves really deeply in what do I really want, and we prepare this destiny board, this destiny chart.
It's like you design your life, right?
And we all had to get it done, and I remember it was really beautiful, because everybody, or like sitting on the floor with pencils, with colors, with just with his own chart there, and drawing. And do you have a pen? And do you have pink? Do you have blue? Do you have? It was okay.
Yeah.
Everybody was like cooperating, and in the same time we're doing our personal work.
That's an interesting point, but maybe on how you kind of, after you did a course, how you apply, because a lot of people come from a course, especially something like UPW, which is huge energy. And they go like, from now on my life is different, and then you get back to the office on Monday, and well, you experienced that also.
Yes.
But what would you say to people? So maybe if someone just came back from a seminar or is going to a seminar, and to kind of prepare for that, what is important?
Well, when we come back from a seminar, okay, the energy is not the same. So, but well, many people they do. They decide some during the seminar, some in the hours after they finish the seminar, they decide to change things in their life, at least one, if not 2 or 3 things. Okay, whether they give up on coffee, whether they give up on cigarette, or whether they give up on
I think, by the way, this is
meat.
a real important point,
Yes.
because it's about expectations. So if you're watching this and maybe you're going to one of these things, to one of these seminars, I think an important thing is expectations, that you don't expect. I mean, a lot will change. I mean, we both know how much can change after these seminars, but there's still a lot of work to do, and you have to be really happy with afterwards, when you're back, making one important change, or maybe 2, and that is already really significant.
Yes.
Can you maybe talk a bit about that, how you experienced that, or what you've seen around you with other people?
Yeah, what I experienced with the people that I was in there, many of them, they took the decision during the seminar. To stop either meat or cigarette or
a job or a relationship.
Or
maybe start stuff, because the one thing is to stop behaviors, but another thing you see is that people say, I'm finally going to start this passion or my hobby, or I'm going to travel or whatever.
Really, decisions are taken during the seminar, because the energy is is really high. And people feel empowered to go for it. They feel that it's real. This is what they want. And when they get out of this energy and they reach in their own lives, some they continue to do the changes. Some but this is the key, actually, how to maintain. And this we learn during life mastery, life and wealth mastery, how to maintain this energy. Maybe jumping on a
it's just out of sight, but here's the small trampoline in the living room.
And to maintain this and do sports, because it's also our physiology also follows what we are doing. When we work out, doing yoga or whatever works for anyone. Some they do yoga, some they do kickboxing, some they do. It doesn't really matter. Even walking. This during the seminar, what we did was Tony was suggesting just walking at your pace. Some people walking at
just
their pace.
Normal walking pace.
For 1 hour. It's also movement. Because we know that energy is movement.
And I think there is also quite important that you actually decide to do something. So that's back to the kind of the taking action, or the just small things to do. When you start, this is what I see people do in courses. When they do a small thing, they tell themselves unconsciously, okay, I'll actually follow through with what I want, even if it's just walking. It's getting into the habit of doing what you decide to do instead of just doing whatever's there, like flicking on the television. And
of course it's difficult. It's difficult because it requires discipline. It requires self-discipline. And some of the people, they decide to take coaches, whether it's for sport or for doing changes in their lives.
Do you think that's a good thing? Because you did a lot of courses. Do you think it's important to also be coached by someone? Because I know we co a lot, and you coach me a lot, and maybe the other way around. It's to have people around you to coach each other. In what way is that important?
Well, it's valuable.
Yeah.
Of course.
I know you helped me in quite a few tight spots. You gave
helped
just
me
the right.
also because we mirror each other.
Yeah.
So it's helpful talking with what obstacles we encounter, what difficulties, and what can we do to actually overcome them and to keep on going.
Yeah.
Yes, a coach can help. Is a guide because we heard a lot about coaches. It's very fashionable today.
Yeah, in the Netherlands especially, there are coaches everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. It's a life coaching. It's it can be called in different ways.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, coach is a guide actually. It's someone who can help you to realign, okay, and to focus, and to actually continue to do those changes until you achieve what you wanted.
Yeah, to help with it, it really resonates with me what you're saying, because something I hear a lot from people is kind of the life gets in the way thing, right? So they have all these good intentions, and then their car breaks down or whatever happens, or there's a reorganization in their job. So, okay, the next few months I won't be living the life I want. Instead of going, okay, sure, this stuff happens, and sometimes it's really difficult. I mean, you've been through some difficulties, and then going, okay, but still take this moment to practice and actually apply what I learned. And maybe it's good to also hit on that a coach does not necessarily have to be like a paid coach, because some people might go like, oh, but then I have to pay someone or find someone to be coached by. But it can also like we call each other and kind of help out if you're in a tough spot, but also if that's not the case. And it can also be a friend, but a friend that knows the stuff, right?
Yeah, well, because we did, and we met during a seminar together. Yeah, we are friends, but in the same time, I can kick her ass.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yes, she can.
Yes.
She actually kicked my ass so hard that I became a trainer.
Yes,
this
exactly.
is because of her.
If I don't do that.
So if you have had training from me, it's because of her.
Yeah. So if I don't do that.
It's.
Okay, it's just a metaphor, I would say, kicking your ass. But I will say that if you want to achieve what you wanted, and also to be happy with who you are, it's sometimes we are just mirroring. So So and I will come back to the same thing that we talked a little bit earlier about being present. Yeah. And also the fact that
so what does it mean? Maybe if you go like, being present, what does it mean? What does it mean, being present?
Being aware. Being aware when a person is in here talking about something that is it's in present or is going in the past. Yeah. Which is
so like people worrying would not be in the present. They're going, oh, this happened. Or some people worry about something that might happen. They're not in the now. They're just all over the place, pretty much.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the valuable thing is that during these seminars, you meet other people that are going through maybe similar experiences, and they create friendships. Yeah. They create maybe new friendships. Yeah. They create connections, and they keep in touch for longer periods, and they check on themselves. They keep themselves accountable. And
I think this is
and I still have on my own with the life mastery that I did before. The people even today.
Well, it was today. We were in the car, and you said, "Hey, I get a message from." And so, that's a few years ago, right? That you did that.
Some of my friends that they met in Date with Destiny, they got married. Yeah. So, like when I said,
that's a little advertisement. If you want to get married, go to Date with Destiny.
So you kind of when people are aligned, everything just comes to them. Yeah. It just everything that just come to them, and it's less struggle. It's I will not say less effort, because there is effort.
It's work.
There is work.
It's a lot of work. Yeah.
And it's a permanent work.
But it's fun, and it's okay if you're aligned, which means that you're living your purpose pretty much, and that you know that because so many people live in a job and they're like, this is not the job for me. And when you're aligned, you get opportunities. They come your way.
Yes.
And, I think what you just said now is one of the maybe a bit more hidden values of going to such trainings that sometimes people may not really realize that that's there. It's the kind of the accountability system of all the people there, and not just there, but because I started doing my training on video. Well, we talked about this. I did like loads of video training on my laptop, but then there's not the person sitting next to you that just gives you that one piece of advice that changes, and also not the person that you keep in touch with, that helps you through and get through the difficult stuff. Maybe a weird way of looking at this, but I started doing yoga a few years ago. One of my friends is getting to be a yoga teacher, and then at one point he moved to Germany, so he lived there for about a year. And then I did these yoga videos from Yoga with Adrian. If you want to do yoga on YouTube, Yoga with Adrian, she's brilliant. But then I wouldn't be able to know for sure if I was doing it right, because I was like, okay, I think this is what I have to do. And now he's back and we're doing a yoga class again, and it's brilliant because we work together and he can say, oh yeah, maybe a bit more like this, or oh, if you stretch that. And especially with stuff like yoga, but also with other things, you do yoga also, is when sometimes you just have to make one little alteration and it's like, all right, this is why this position is like this. So it's real powerful to have the people there and in being in that live environment.
Yeah, and you said earlier, because I did a lot of seminar. Yeah, indeed, I did a lot of seminar because I was curious and I wanted to experience on myself. But what I would like to say is that doing this seminar is not something that we do outside. It's actually a lifestyle. Now, doing this
what do you mean with that?
What I mean is that learning, okay, it's ongoing learning all our life, and learning and applying. So for me, it's my lifestyle.
I think that's
enjoying.
Beautiful that you say that, because I think many people go like, oh, I go to this seminar and that will be the thing. But it's not the seminar that's the thing. It's what you say now. It's
what
the lifestyle.
I mean, it's just a lifestyle. Okay, and being a trainer or being a coach, this is my lifestyle. This is how I live. This is my life. I do yoga. I do tai chi. I give seminar. I coach people. This is my lifestyle. This is how I live. So it's not something that I do outside just a seminar. This is my lifestyle. This is who I am. So
I think that's where the depth comes, which you see with Tony and also with other trainers. But at a lot of places you also miss that, where it's kind of like a play or an act. It's like, oh, we're doing this successful act. And you see this with a lot of people, and this is why I love to talk with you about this, because you're not just experienced as in you did a lot of training, but you live it. And that is something that I see people who just started out with Tony, they sometimes kind of put on the Tony face, like, oh yeah, now I'm the voice, high five. But it's not about the high five, it's about what's behind there. And I think that's so much more important. So this is good that you share that.
It's about living your purpose and being what you actually talking and saying and seeing.
And just as you're saying this, I'm thinking like this may also help for the people that if you might be watching this and going like, oh, then I have to go to one of these seminars or one of these trainings. That's not true, because the lifestyle isn't lifestyle. It sounds a bit fancy, but that's not it. It's real simple. It's wanting to learn stuff, and that is not combined with the seminar per se, because you can learn stuff literally right now on YouTube. Search Tony and you will see a lot of stuff, and there's loads you can learn without going to a seminar or just buy a book. I mean, that's way cheaper than going to one of those courses. And this is what I mentioned because we went there like, I don't know, is it almost 2 years ago, right? That we went to UPW. And I told you said like, oh, how do you like it? And I said like, well, I enjoy it extremely, but I think like the content and the stuff that we're learning, probably about 90% of that I had already done through audio, even though that was the first time I saw Tony live. I had done it through audio, video, through his books. And that is something that anyone can do. Anyone with internet, with a computer, can go really far without necessarily going to a training.
Yes, yes.
It helps, especially because of what we mentioned with having the people around, but even that can be arranged without going to the seminar.
Yeah, but also personal experience, it helps a lot.
What do you mean with that?
It helps a lot to feel that energy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Allows people to unstuck, to build a different energy in themselves, much lighter, much more flexible. Allows them to meet other people, to create new connections, allow them to think differently. Because once you experience that into that room, okay, out of your comfort zone.
So, it's like real full immersion, you're completely zone, there.
Out of their everyday habits, okay, they are shaken. They are completely shaken. That definitely, Tony knows how to shake someone, how to shake the energy in a room with 7,000 people. Okay.
You're not not seeing this, but the lady behind the camera was with us at that time, and she's like smiling, like, I know what she means.
Without idolizing Tony or something like that. He's just a human being, like any one of us. This is just an example. But I have to admit that the personal experience. Why? Okay, we can read, we can. But you don't create connections. You don't meet. You don't talk with people. Okay. You don't observe the other ones. You don't see the trainers.
You would actually say, do something like meet the people.
Talk with the trainers. Talk with the people. What is your experience?
Well, this might be interesting to go into also kind of the tips of going to one of those courses, because there are so many different ways of experiencing such a training, and. Well, as we mentioned, at the UPW, you were with the fancy diamond selection, so you could sit, you didn't have to wake up way early. But I and the lady behind the camera, also named Ramona, we woke up like, what time was it? 5. We woke up at 5 to be able to be there and be in front, and then we were standing there like the first in row. I think we were the first of everybody, right? And then running to the place, and you can't see, but the lady behind the camera, she's like this big. She's not very big, but then still hustling and getting, so you could be at least in one of the front rows. I think that at least helps, but still the entire seminar is built in a way that it's really personal, and I think that's mostly to be credited to Tony being such a genius and having so much knowledge of how people work, that he is actually talking to you when you're there, which is cool.
Yeah, and I think even for the ones that are in the back, they can still have access to the training through the screens. And they still benefit a lot from
even though I was quite in front, I still watch the screens a lot because it's way more up close. And then also the other side, as you said that, I was thinking, gosh, but still, because I was quite in the front, but then I could see a lot of people around who would be like sitting on their phones and doing stuff, and I was like, so even if you're at the front, it doesn't mean it doesn't guarantee you that you'll get most out of it.
Well, you better leave your phone at home when you go there. You know that, because you want to really to get everything, immerse yourself, and to give your full attention to, because it's for yourself. It's no one else there. I mean, no one else is going to do the changes for you if you don't do them. So it's really personal experience.
But what of all the stuff that you did would you say would be the most important lesson for someone, maybe starting on this journey? Maybe you haven't been to courses yet, or maybe you're just starting out, or maybe you have already done a lot. What would you say was your kind of biggest outtake or insight or thing you would like to share?
My biggest insight is not doing, just being.
Not doing, just being.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Because when we are, we are much more aware of strategies and whatever course, because might be Tony, or maybe Reiki, or maybe Richard Bandler. We're much more aware of our communication.
Yeah.
And being aware of communication, we can send this communication out there from a place of awareness.
Yeah.
Who we are and what do we want to transmit.
Yeah.
So
that's also about the presence that you were talking about.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
About here and now.
That's some deep stuff for you.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. So and I think that's nice because many people, when they start doing training, at least what I hear a lot from people, they come to a training and they go like, oh, I want to learn how to be influential, I learn how to speak, or I want to be able to convince people of stuff. But that's not really usually what's there. Usually it's something deeper that has to do with, for instance, being present. I think it's beautiful that you say that as kind of a combination, because it's much deeper than just learning how to speak with people or convince your boss for getting a raise or whatever. It's
about
it touches
giving
life.
also.
Yeah.
It's about giving.
Yeah.
Because when we are present, we give.
Yeah.
We give.
Yeah.
This present to other people.
It's a lot of ego when you're just in your own thoughts and you're worrying about stuff. Then you're not helping, then you're not giving.
Yes.
When you're really here for the other person, you have your senses open, and you're in the actual world. Yeah.
And communication is much more than just talking.
It is.
It's much more than just talking, because it's body language, it's energy.
It's your voice. We've been talking about voice in the past few days.
Yeah, it's voice, it's energy, it's spirituality.
Yeah.
It's much more than that. And
so welcome to Wonderland, Alice. How deep will the rabbit hole go?
Well, enjoy the journey, and find out what works for you. I would say, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's really personal, and it's each one has to decide. And I'm not making any,
we're not selling Tony here.
We're not selling Tony at all. Maybe Tony, I'll say hello. No way.
Hi, Tony.
Yeah. I'm not selling Tony. I'm not selling Tony Robbins. This is really personal.
Yeah, it's just what your experience is.
And today
we went yesterday.
Yesterday went to Rizvan. Okay.
Sushi.
Sushi's here.
Yeah, I did it for you. Yeah, you can stop.